Vikram Pandit among the heads of the world's biggest banks at that forum in Davos. Some of the bank chiefs there have been meeting to figure out how to respond to President Obama's proposed new rules for their industry. Our Erik Schatzker sat down with Mr. Pandit and asked him if he will join them.
Erik, I heard the president give his talk. I read the speech after that, and I've actually had an opportunity to talk to a number of people in the industry and outside the industry. And we're aligned with the principles that the president talked about. We believe that's generally the right direction for reform. Now, that shouldn't come as a surprise, given what we've had to do over the last 2 years. We've completely changed our business to focus on clients. We're 20% smaller as a company. We've sold 20 businesses. We're out of shadow banking. We've defined ourselves as a bank to help customers. You know, we sold things like Fibro, which was a proprietary trading business. We're selling some hedge funds. And our risk profile is completely different. We have 12-to-1 leverage ratio. And so we've been moving in that direction, and we plan to keep doing that. Now, we do want to work constructively and collaboratively with the authorities, make sure that we have vibrant capital markets, capital formation, job creation, systemic safety all going together. But you've got to say that the president, in a speech, reignited the debate, reinvigorated the debate, and there's something about a call to action.
There certainly is a call to action, but as you point out, Citigroup is far ahead of many of its peers in the efforts to shrink its balance sheet and take risk out of the business. So what you've done, as you point out, is broadly similar to the intent of the Volcker rule. Does that, by the same token, mean that it really doesn't or isn't, provided it's passed, going to have a material effect on your business?
We believe that's the case because, again, one of the first things I did when I came in was I looked at Citi and I said, what is this business all about? Are we serving customers? Are we serving clients? And if the answer was no, I decided, well, that's not really a business we want to be in. And having gone through that process, and you know, we've had a long way to go. We're very happy about where we are as a company. These kind of activities really don't make a big part of what we're doing. As a matter of fact, they're a de minimis part of Citigroup right now.
Are you concerned about the pushback we're seeing from other bank CEOs?
There are lots of people that are involved in writing this regulation or these regulations, not only in the U.S., not only the CEOs, there are central bankers around the world, the G20, and all of that. I have full confidence that we'll come out in the right place for what's right for the system.
Does the government risk in any way stunting the economic recovery by bashing the banks, alienating the bankers, and maybe leading them to a place where they're less inclined to extend credit?
We have to admit that not everything that the bankers did worked in the last so many years, so there is a need for reform. We shouldn't confuse the need for reform necessarily with bashing. And my view on that is that each of us as a bank has a right and the responsibility to keep doing what is necessary to lend money, to be part of capital formation, all of which helps jobs, and that's what we're doing.
Has the president gone a step too far with the rhetoric, the anti-bank rhetoric that we've heard from him?
What I would say to you is that wherever you look around the world, there is a concern about why we are where we are, and also concern about how we should be designing a system for the future that's safe, that's sound, encourages job creation, all of that. And it's hard to design that without the banks being right in the middle of it. And so it's very natural that we're a topic of discussion.